Alright. We got a carpet here. There's some bleach stains there. You see there's a lot of pet spots. We're going to put some peroxide on those. And not too bad. We're doing one small bedroom here, hallway, and a living room. But I wanted to show you the pet spots. The living room doesn't look too bad. But I'm going to go ahead and treat these. Just in case they disappear, I want you to see where they were at. So stay tuned. Alright, I got the peroxide. See, we put a nice big spray bottle and just taped it so it's opaque so you can't see through it. And that way we protect the peroxide because it breaks down in light and in oxygen. So just giving these a good dose. Sometimes you got a thing where you got so much pet stuff in there you're never going to get it all out. After a couple of years of someone living in a place, you pretty much are stuck. But I'm getting these ahead of time before we get in here and start cleaning. And I'll probably have to go over them again. But I want to give you an idea of what we're doing, so stay tuned. Alright, we're getting ready to start the living room. We just pre-sprayed. We're going to let that bedroom set for a while. Peroxide do its thing. Okay, we're using the Oreck Orbiter, and that is just 100% cotton. Well, no, it's not. It's a blend. I'm going to say we have a 100% cotton pad, but they get dirty so fast that you end up having to have 10 or 12 of them just to do one room, and it takes forever that way. This is a blend. And then the Oreck bonnets, of course, they have a little cotton in them. This pad has a little bit more than an Oreck bonnet does, but we like this one because it spins real fast. But I'll put a link in the description for the Oreck bonnets because those you can get on Amazon. These are kind of hard to find sometimes. And we're actually thinking about flipping over to Challenger's making some new bonnets, and we've seen people testing them and saying that they actually think they're a little better than these. So we may get some of those.
I can't imagine. I like these pretty good.
Yeah, but this is a 15-inch bonnet, and the ones that Challenger makes are 14. So you still get that little overlap, so you can go along the baseboard, and it's going to kind of wipe the baseboard down too, which is kind of nice because a lot of times when you pre-spray, you're going to get it up on the baseboards a little bit, so that kind of wipes them down for you. And if you're doing floors, and it's not too bumpy of a ride with that thin pad, they're kind of good because they dig it to the corners a little bit for you. I guess this was recently truck mount cleaned, so one thing when we go after other cleaners is depending on what they used on the carpets, some stains get set permanently depending on what you treat them with, and we have no idea what the other cleaners have done. So
nope, you never know what nobody uses.
And there could be a lot of shampoo in the carpet that was here when we got here, maybe not. You never know. So we hopefully it'll come out really good. Now I'm going to go right back here real quick just to see how these things are doing. I put the peroxide down and you can see some of them are, even if we just rub it with the foot, yeah, it's starting to lighten up. We have to put down a little bit more peroxide. Now we have a little bit of ammonia that we've used on some of there were some colored stains we treated with ammonia. It pretty much got them out before we even hit them with the machine, so I didn't show you a lot of that. A lot of the pre-sprays, commercial pre-sprays people use, they basically have ammonia in them. They're ammonia based, and they're peroxide based, so the stuff we use, you can pretty much go find it.
Yeah, you hear a lot of carpet cleaners talking about, oh, don't use ammonia. But
yeah.
They're using ammonia because it's in the spray they buy. They just don't know it's an ingredient.
Well, or they just don't talk about that. And
yeah.
There's this little mystique.
Ammonia is in a lot of stuff.
There's this little thing carpet cleaners sometimes have about using products that the homeowner isn't able to go out and find because they want to be able to make it so you have to call them to get everything done.
I think that separates them from.
Yeah, they don't like people
it,
using.
That little trick don't work.
No, you can use off-the-shelf chemicals.
Sure, that's what we've been doing for years and years.
Yeah, in fact, the products we use are tested for consumer use, so they have to go through a lot more rigorous testing for safety and everything than a lot of the specialized chemicals.
Yeah, we know our products are safe.
Yeah.
You know, if you're cleaning something else, how do you know? Our stuff is guaranteed. It's been all
Well,
tested.
we've been doing this a long time, and I don't want to be sitting around breathing stuff that's going to, mess with my lungs.
And we
at
don't
the end of the
want to
day,
harm our customers either.
yeah, at the end of the day, if my throat's kind of sore and dry,
There's something not right about that.
then I don't want to be. We've used those chemicals in the past, the ones that the pros like to push, but man, you end up at the end of the day, you got a dry throat and you're coughing, and they got a lot of stuff in them sometimes, and you don't necessarily want to breathe these. Now today, we got here, they had the windows open and everything, so they don't care about it. Always ask before you use ammonia in a customer's home, though, and if they have some problem with it, just don't use it. And it's really easy. Just say, I can't guarantee, stain removal if there's products I can't use, and they're fine with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause because we actually got to spray these carpets here with our regular pre-spray, and then we'll get in here with the machine. So stay tuned. All right. Oh, I guess he's. I was expecting him to walk in the door. He's doing the hallway real quick.
You can walk on it now. The areas that are clean, you can walk right on it. We ain't done it yet. We're doing it right. We're going to here in about 5 minutes.
Okay, we're not doing that room. She's got pets in there and stuff.
Huh? Go ahead. I'll holler at you when we get finished.
Oh, yeah, for those of you who aren't from Texas, holler is an official word here. You gotta say holler because people don't know what you're talking about if you don't use words like that. We're not from here originally, so we've lived here.
We're not from Texas. We came out here from basically Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, but what's funny is after 10 years, you start picking up some of the local. We probably sound like we're from Texas now because we've been around it so long, but we are not from Texas, and so a lot of the things people say are still strange to us. That's okay. We've picked up on a lot of it
We
too.
came out here from Albuquerque, and if you're from Albuquerque, we'll just tell you, when we lived there, we lived in what's called the war zone.
Yeah, we
And,
loved it.
If you're from Albuquerque, you know what the war zone is, and that's where we stayed.
Yeah, I think it was southeast Louisiana.
Louisiana
over by
straight,
Kirkland.
Louisiana and Central. Yeah.
Yeah, we were further down, but we were over by the Kirkland, the entrance to the Kirkland Air Force. But we were right next door to that Veterans Park they built. Yeah. You know what, though? It wasn't no big deal there.
No. It was nothing but a laugh.
No, we didn't go out at night. We didn't have no problems. At daytime, it's fine. Nighttime, don't go outside if you don't have to. But I think actually you can.
We did.
A little
Nobody
bit.
messed with us, but they messed with some people apparently. Let me get behind this door real quick. Always try to get behind the doors. And I don't get in closets to occupy places, but when you do it,
No, they didn't want
always
that
get into
done.
a closet. All right, here comes your basic dog coop coming up.
Yeah, I put peroxide on it, but
You can't always get this out. You can get
No.
it's weird. It can discolor the carpet. I guess a lot of it depends on what the dog's been eating.
yeah. We'll put some more peroxide down on anything that didn't come out, and that will just leave and let it do its thing while it evaporates, breaks down. It'll become inert as it breaks down, but
Yeah, we'll spray and walk away.
yeah, during the time it's on there, though, as it's on there, it's working on your stains and it's helping with everything. It's really good on organic stuff.
But no, we're not from Texas. We're not actually from Albuquerque. We've lived a number of places.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to know our original home. There's some secrets we keep for ourselves.
I've talked about it before.
But
It doesn't matter. We're here now, so.
yeah, this is home for the night, basically, or for a while. You never know.
All right.
When
Well,
you
these
cover
have been
stuff
sitting.
Like this, you just kind of want to
Yeah, just hover. You don't push down. You don't need to push down. Let the machine
No,
work.
the machine will do all the work. All you gotta do is let the machine work, and it'll do it
Yeah,
all
just
for
let
you.
it sit there and work its thing, and then.
The machine wants to do the work.
Yeah.
It
Well, a lot of people try to push down on the handle, or maybe even put a foot on top and press down a little bit.
Don't need any of that.
You don't ever want to add weight to your machine. The truth is, these motors that are in these things, they're fine. But if you strain the motor too much with the overly aggressive bonnet, or if you push down on it, do anything to strain it, you'll just cause premature motor wear. And you don't want to do that. And they work best when the more they spin, the happier they are.
Yeah, they're designed to work a certain way, and you just, I mean, if Oreck one of these machines where you put pressure on them, they put a
Yeah, you don't add a weight
motor
to
on
them.
They made them to work. They're engineered since the 1960s. They're made perfect, and you just
Yeah, they've been around since the mid '60s.
Use them the way they are, and they work good.
So if you're using an Ironman, or if you're using a microfiber with scrub strips on a carpet, and you notice it's not really spinning very well, and it's still working, but it's just not spinning, well, that's a little bit harder on your motor than if you find a pad that spins.
Well, the truth is,
so this is a happy situation right here. The pad's just spinning away.
A lot of people have asked us to do a what bonnet to use video, and I'll tell you the truth.
It just depends on the carpet.
You use the bonnet that'll run fastest on the machine. That's the best bonnet for that carpet. You need to have 3 or 4 varieties of bonnets, so you're kind of set up for whatever carpet you come into that day.
That's bleached stain,
sometimes
so
you
that's
want
not
to use a microfiber. Sometimes you want to use a cotton. Sometimes you want to use a polyester. It just depends. You want something that glides real fast.
The truth is,
the better it depends on any machine, not just on Oreck's.
The bonnets that we have are bonnets that people have sent us to evaluate. And so we have bonnets besides the Oreck bonnet. The only ones we've actually paid for out of our own pockets, the Oreck bonnets. And we use those things for years and years and years, and they work fine.
Great. They're synthetic, and they absorb and scrub and everything. Don't listen to nobody tells you otherwise. That's a lie.
No, they're fine, and you can make a ton of money with them. And the truth is, what we like about them, you don't have to worry about if your pad driver's going to work with them or anything. I mean, all these other bonnets, you got to modify your pad driver or do something like that, and that's kind of a hassle. And the honest truth is, these bonnets work great, but the Oreck bonnets work fine too. I don't know if it's worth all the trouble sometimes and the expense to go finding every bonnet under the sun that you could try, because none of them are really what you call miracle workers. Some of them are faster than the Oreck bonnets, some of them absorb a little more, some of them scrub a little harder, but it's not a huge night and day difference. It's just a subtle difference, you know, and you probably could be fine with an Oreck bonnet, and you could go for decades using one, and you'll make plenty of money, and you don't have all these hassles that everybody's always had, because using Velcro on your pad driver, that just turns into a bunch of trouble, because the Velcro doesn't last. You have to keep changing it out. It doesn't want to stay attached to the driver. You still have problems where you get a bunch of fuzz in there from your pads onto the Velcro, then they won't grip. And when the pads get wet and they absorb all the pre-spray, they get heavier and heavier, and eventually they start slipping. So that's why we recommend people basically have a bunch of the regular Oreck bonnets. They're called two-ways, and I'll put a link in the description for them. But those are the go-to bonnets that you can always rely on. They will always work for you. The other bonnets are nice, but in certain situations, avoid the ones that are too aggressive, because once they start gripping the carpet too tight, you have stiction, and then what's happening is your motor's having to work a lot harder to be able to turn that bonnet and to be able to use it. So you don't want that.
It's not that you're hurting your machine, you're slowing down your progress.
You slow your progress down, and you're actually maybe possibly shortening the life of your motor a little bit. So don't try to get the most aggressive thing you can find.
When people ask us what's the right bonnet to use on each carpet, say you find one that works. It just depends. The fastest one you got is the one you use on each carpet you come to.
That's the preferred one.
Just the fastest one you got that'll run the fastest. Sometimes the microfiber will outrun this, and vice versa. I would never use this on a commercial glue down.
The real truth,
it'd be too grippy.
The real reason we use this is because we wash them out at home. The laundromat's too crowded here to get to. And so we use this bonnet because it's the easiest one for us to clean up when we're done.
It's a breeze to clean out.
The Oreck bonnets, they hold a ton of dirt, and you really got to work with them to get all the dirt out when you clean them. So we just use this for convenience sake because it's faster for us.
Now what we did is we got all this dog poop out, but what we'll do is also spray a little extra peroxide down. We're going to spray it and walk away.
Yeah.
In this area over here.
Now truthfully, I'm not going to shut the customer's window, but if you put peroxide down, you don't want to dry it up too fast. You want to let it take its time.
But that's all she wrote.
All right. And most of that, it's hard to see in here because it's sunlight coming through the window, but it's pretty clean looking. It's not going to come back either because this is low moisture cleaning, so you don't really have to worry about stains coming right back after you after it dries. They're pretty much what you see is what you get. That's why a lot of people love doing VLM cleaning. Well, check the video description. We have a Facebook group for people. Actually, a couple of groups, and I'll put links in the description for them. If you want to find out more about this style of cleaning and talk to other people that are doing it, that's a good place to go. Links for the machine and for the bonnet will be in the link in the description too.
And that's, I wish there was more carpet to clean. I'm having fun.
Yeah. Well, that's all she wrote for this one. I got to just after spray some of this.
Yeah, hasta la vista.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.